Okay, morning everyone. Welcome to the briefing on Tuesday the 21st. We had a very similar picture out the window yesterday, really. Misty, murky, low cloud, the drizzle. Well, it's not real drizzle, it's just the depth of the cloud is thick enough that it can't hold that much moisture and it's just slowly coming out. And for those that hung about, we did get a flying day in the afternoon. It started clearing about 12:30, 1 o'clock. We were flying by 1:30. Cloud base never really got very high, but certainly flyable. Slightly different picture today, as you can see. This is proper warm sector between a warm front and a cold front advancing towards it. And we're just drawing in sort of damp air from the south. The sort of timings, I think, are very similar to yesterday, but some forecasts are conflicting. You can see there's quite wide spacing on the isobars, so it's not strong wind in there. I think, unlike yesterday, which was a fairly positive westerly, this will be 5 to 8 knots at most from the southwest. Interesting little feature here, and you'll see that in a second when I show you another live animation and what that's doing. So yeah, very slack air, damp air. It'll take a time to clear. Now, the two interesting ones here are the difference between Farnborough and Gatwick's prediction. Now, Farnborough are saying 235 knots, so yeah, light southwesterly, but all day. Potential for 10k bis and scattered at 800 feet. Tempo between 9 and 14 broken at 600 feet. And tempo between 9 and 11 broken at 400 feet. So not a very optimistic forecast. But Gatwick are suggesting becoming scattered at 1500 feet. And then a tempo for the afternoon broken at 1400, so a little bit better than Farnborough's forecast, a little bit more optimistic. I think I'd rather go with the Gatwick one, to be honest. Upper winds, southerly down here, they're coming up this way, 180, 200 degrees, and then they go a little bit more southwesterly across the middle of the country, but only 10 knots. So 5 to 10 knots at most at flying heights. Can't see a lot on the sat pic. Pretty solid cloud cover. Some sort of slightly thicker bits here, brighter white bits here. That's probably where the drizzle is coming out of across us, and a few clearances. But both Yeovilton and Exeter are still giving sort of cloud base at 200-300 feet, and considerably reduced visibility. The rainfall radar doesn't actually show any rain in here, as you would expect when it's just very, very light drizzle. But what it does show is this little fella here tracking up this way. Just keeping an eye on that and where it's going to track. Hopefully it'll just come up this way and it won't be an issue for us this afternoon. But it's worth just monitoring that trough line, see where it goes. Temperature wise, I think very similar to yesterday, really. The afternoon, it was pleasant, 12 degrees, I think, yesterday afternoon. About the same today, I would have thought, when it slowly breaks up and you do see glimpses of the sun. And top meteo, I'd like to go with this forecast, but I think it might be a tad optimistic. This is what we've got now at 9 o'clock, and they're suggesting, that's sub 500 foot cloud base in there. They're suggesting by late morning, starting to lift 11, 12 o'clock, and then by 1, 2 breaking up, and a clearance coming up from the south. I've got a feeling it's going to be a little bit more cloud than that, but if it is following that pattern, then yeah, perhaps a flyable afternoon is in prospect. Worth keeping an eye on it. I think certainly by 11, 12 o'clock we'll have a good idea whether it is going to clear up in the afternoon. But it'll be at this time of year, because the sun isn't very high, it'll be a fairly slow process. And then looking ahead, just a quick glimpse of tomorrow, suggesting that the cold front is going to clear by sort of late morning, and then potentially a nice afternoon with some soaring, and possibly first cross-country day of the year. We shall see. Okay, so yeah, bit of a late start potentially today. We'll know by 11 o'clock midday whether it's going to happen or not. So a bit of tea drinking to start off with. Operationally, lots and lots of stuff going on around Salisbury Plain danger area, but all it is the danger areas are being raised or activated around there, and there's nothing else. Hang gliding and the no town around Middle Wallop, which are all pretty irrelevant to us. In the Lasham area, nothing going on in terms of local airspace, so all clear there. And 2EE haven't got any movements today, which is good news. I think saving them up for later in the week. So folks, don't know what run we'll be on. With this light wind, we'll probably try and get away with 2.7 with the offset winch. The grass is all very, very dry, and we've been operating on that in the last couple of days. We'll decide the setup when and if we go out there later on. Okay, so enjoy another cup of tea, and we'll keep an eye on the weather.